Really quick, everybody, this entire video will be timestamped, so if you don't want to watch the whole thing and just jump straight into a specific topic, please check the pinned comment or check the little red bar down below you. Again, this entire video will be timestamped, and I'd appreciate you watching whatever part that you would like to. And if you're sticking around, welcome back to another video, everybody. Welcome back to another Let's Talk Clen. As always, guys, I asked you guys to hop in the Discord server and give me some topics to talk about today, and I'm not really gonna have an intro for you, so we're just gonna jump right into it with the first one. Do you think there's any icon series skin that shouldn't exist for any reason? You know what? That's a toughie, because I've touched on this before. Of course, the only one that shouldn't exist, in my opinion, is the Travis Scott skin. But I don't know if I'm saying, like, hey, should that really exist? Because I personally, I don't, like, it sucks what happened with him. It sucks. It's a sad event, everything that happened with Travis Scott. But it's a Fortnite skin. Like, I get, it'd be different if they added Travis Scott today. At the time that they did have Travis Scott, though, he had, like, at least not to my knowledge, he didn't have any controversy behind him. And, of course, why would Epic Games not do it, right? Like, there's an emote right now. I don't know exactly what emote it is, but there's an emote that was leaked out to come out, but then some controversy came up about whoever created the dance or whoever the TikTok emote was about, and Epic Games ended up scrapping that completely. So there's no reason for them not to put Travis Scott in at the time. The event was great. It represented a cool event. If I don't care for him, I wouldn't get the skin. Here's the thing. The real argument, in my opinion, is should it come back to the item shop? Should they continue to sell Travis Scott? And that, you know what, I can understand them saying no, but at the end of the day, it's totally up to Epic Games. Now, a lot of people were talking about that they should get rid of everybody who has the Travis Scott skins. Now, that is where I have a little bit of a problem with, because let's say I don't own the Travis Scott skin, but let's say I did. I paid for the Travis Scott skin. It's mine. I like to use it. Why should anyone else take it away from me if I purchase it and I'm not doing anything wrong? You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. But should it not exist? It's tough to say. I guess, like, I don't have a problem right now with it existing. The problem would arise if Epic Games were to do something else with Travis Scott. You know what I mean? Then I would understand everyone's conversation about, hey, why are you doing something with Travis Scott? You know what I mean? That's where, like, so it exists. It's here. People use it. Whatever. That's my take on it. During the end event, the Foundation said, why does she make me keep saving you? Who do you think she referred to? Can't be the Paradigm, though, because we still know he has a grudge for her. Okay, so here's the thing. It sounds like that he was straight up referring to Agent Jones. And we, of course, like, from the Seven's perspective, if you're looking at someone from the IO, and of course, like, Jones, you still don't trust him, even though he left the IO. It could, like, he could be up to no good from the Seven's perspective. Here's the thing, though. I really do think he was talking about Agent Jones, and I do believe that the Paradigm is the Singularity, which means the Singularity was working for the IO. Probably got close to Agent Jones in some form and knows that Jones is, let's say, like, he's not up to anything. He's legitimately, like, against Dr. Sloan and Geno now, and the Paradigm is the only one that would be able to see it, of course, assuming she is a Singularity. And I feel like it's proof now, even though it's not proof. I'm like, come on, this has got to be confirmed with all the evidence we have, but that's not what we're talking about. She's the only one that can know Agent Jones' intentions. Maybe he could be helpful in some sense. He probably has a lot of information on the IO, the loop, maybe stuff that the Seven doesn't know about, something that he could get to the Seven that the Paradigm can't herself because she's not part of the Seven. Makes sense. So I feel like that everybody has to save Agent Jones, but then, oh, yeah, that's true. Couldn't be the Paradigm. And in saying that, I just realized I took your I took your topic way at, okay, you were talking about who's she. I was like, who's he talking to? I was like, it's got to be Agent Jones, man. I apologize. I took that completely out of, it's probably the Paradigm still, right? Because the science, I don't know. Yeah, you could be. I just didn't even think about that till now. I was thinking, like, it could be the Paradigm, but you're right, it could be the Paradigm. You got me stumped. Guys, I would love to know what you think about that down below. Anyways, moving on. I feel like the Cube Queen is the Origin's sister. When the Origin is unmasked, he has sideways energy on his hands and head. The Cube Queen can also seen behind a mountain in the background. I think when the Origin comes back, she may come back, but they may have no relation anyways. When is the Roblox collab coming out? To be honest, like, anything's possible with collabs here, but yeah, make a good point. I wish I could expand upon that for you. I don't really have anything else to add upon that. You could be right. They do have a lot of similarities, and I doubt that we're gonna find out every single Seven member in the first couple seasons here. I feel like we're gonna wait throughout the chapter, and the last reality will probably come back. So yeah, honestly, I can see you being right. I can see them coming back around the same time. Perhaps for another alien themed season, like Chapter 2 Season 7. I would love Chapter 3 Season 7. Let's get to it. All right, for this one, I'm a little bit late, so I'm gonna touch on it just a little bit. Thoughts on Pokimane versus Ninja, and there's Ninja's in the right. She was being a donkey, you know. Like, you get all upset because of L plus ratio. I don't know. That's just how I look at it. And you go and cancel some, like, I don't know how that even happened, but Ninja, by the way, speaking of Ninja, have you noticed that he's becoming a little bit more like the older Ninja, the one that, like, putting on a lot of funny clips? I've been really enjoying seeing him, but yeah, I have nothing really to add upon that. Pokimane is just doing what she does, and Ninja was a Chad. Moving on, what do you think about the Activision buyout to Microsoft? Yes, I did like to talk about this, and there's one below that. Also, is it a good or bad thing for Warzone? So here's the thing. It's cool that I don't have a problem with Activision going to Microsoft. I think it's really cool. I'm a big fan of Microsoft. Here's the only problem is, what if it does hurt COD in the sense where it becomes Microsoft exclusive? That would really hurt a lot of people, but then I could look at it the other side where I'm on Team Epic, and that would just make Fortnite bigger, maybe make more people play Fortnite, and I'm like, but I don't like that because I want everyone to play what they want, you know? That's just what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it from a Team Epic perspective. I'm like, no, you can't look at it from that perspective, Kyle. But honestly, I really do think that Microsoft could do a lot for the company. I feel like it'd be really cool, and we'll just have to see what comes from it. It's exciting. It's exciting to me. I just hope that games don't become Microsoft exclusive. That's my only worry about it, but other than that, I'm pro Microsoft. That's me. Moving on, thoughts on Klombos. And if you're talking about the dinosaur in Fortnite, yes, that is a really cool thing. I wish that I ran into him more often, but then again, if you like litter the entire island with dinosaurs, then I can see people really complaining about it. But there's one dinosaur you run into every now and then. It's really exciting when you really run into him, because as for me, I like when my teammates are trying to get cool loot, and then I just shoot the dinosaur a couple times. He gets angry and he starts targeting the guy and chasing after him. It's really cool. And when he invades a build fight, that makes for, like, I'm down for anything that changes the pacing of the game and changes the gameplay a little bit. So we're having a build fight, and a dinosaur runs through all the builds, and you have to try and land on the dinosaur, go through the blowhole. It's really cool. And plus the fact that it spits out exotic items is really cool, because I don't like spending my gold. I'm really weird that way. I spend it every now and then, but regardless, it's a cool new feature of the game. I would love to see more animals like that. That's what I believe the wildlife should be. I feel like it should be something game-changing, not like the wolves, not like the boars, the chickens, you know what I mean? Because they're basically useless. The raptors I did like because they actually had a little bit of an impact on the gameplay, but the other ones rarely do anything. I love him. I think he's great. Here's an interesting one with thoughts on the Menace Skin. I wish I could go on about the Menace Skin for you, but I think it's a good skin. I thought it was my favorite of the Battle Pass, that's for sure. It was a good skin, good season. Reminds me of a good time. Fortnite doesn't get enough credit for their live events. Yes, completely agree with you on that. Like, it's true. Fortnite, it does live events like no other game. Fortnite doesn't get enough credit for what it did for gaming in general. Yes, a lot of people don't like the fact that it made other games introduce battle passes, but it made cross-play free. I'm going into something completely different, but the live events, yes, and we've seen other games do it. It's a crazy thing that now we look forward to live events. I even, like, when I'm working, I go and switch shifts around for the live events, and I'd be really disappointed, like, when I do miss a live event. I'm like, oh man, you know, because of course, like, work comes first, but it's something that I really want to see. It's a live event, and it's massive, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing, you know? It's really cool. You're right, they don't get enough credit. No, not enough people talk about it. Even people that don't like Fortnite, they'll refuse to acknowledge it. It's crazy. Moving on, I don't get why Epic doesn't name Sunny Steps and maybe Butter Barn because they're small, but they deserve to be a name POI. I feel like, to be honest with you, I like that they're landmarks, especially the Butter Barn, because the Butter Barn's just a big building. Sunny Steps, it was a name location on the past map. I was a little bit surprised that it wasn't, but maybe it's just because it's too close to the volcano. I don't know, but I see what you mean. The Butter Barn should stay a landmark in my opinion, but Sunny Steps could use a name. I agree with that. Oh, and we have a response to that. They may be iconic for some people, but they're too small to be named. Plus, in Season X, everyone complained about how the map looked cluttered. Yes, that's a very good point. I never thought about that one. In Chapter 2, everyone complained about how it didn't look cluttered, so I think this season they're going to go a little low on the name locations for iconic places they brought back. That's honestly very good take. How many seasons do you think will be in this chapter? IMO, I think 8 to 10. I hope they do 10 seasons because I feel like that's a good fitting for a chapter, and I feel like that they did have 10 seasons planned. They just, because of the lockdowns and everything going on, and they were working from home for so long, those 2 seasons had extensions. They could have been 1 season apart like that. Chapter 2 season 1 and Chapter 2 season 2 could have been 4 seasons in length, so I feel like they did have it planned to season 10, and there's not going to be anything like that in the way, I hope at least. So I feel like they are going to go through 10 seasons here. It looks like we're on schedule so far. We have a long season, but we'll have to see what happens. I think it's safe to say 8 to 10, of course, but I do think that they're actually going to go 10 this time. What's your favorite and least favorite Fortnite event, and why? Okay, I can tell you my favorite for sure. It is the end event, and you know what? Chapter 2 Season 7's end event, like the Operation Skyfire, gave it a good run for its money. I did like that one. However, there was no event like the end in Fortnite. We were saying bye to the Chapter 1 map. We didn't know what was coming. It was something new. It was just when the storyline was first starting to take off, and we're putting all these scientist tapes together, and we're like, okay, there's a really deep storyline here, but we're not really figuring out. It was intriguing. After a good season, I did like Season X, by the way. I really loved that season. So it was a fantastic end to a fantastic season. I was playing with one of my friends that I played throughout the entirety of Chapter 1, and now he doesn't play Fortnite as much anymore, but it was cool to be with that friend, and we watched the event together. We saw that rocket take off. It was like the first event in Season 3 that I missed, by the way, or Season 4, excuse me, and the music just hit so hard. We were saying bye to an incredible chapter. We were saying bye and moving on to a brand new thing in Fortnite. Fortnite was becoming different. Fortnite was becoming massive. It was just saying goodbye to all the OG memories, and it was perfect. Hit Me in the Feels is the only event to ever actually, like, pull on my heart a little bit. I was like, man, this is actually, man, we're going to a new map, because it was still a little bit unsure, right? We didn't know we were going to move on to a new map. It seemed like it, but then the the black hole came. We're like, okay, I guess that's it. Goodbye. And for my least favorite event, I can't really expand on that too much. It was just the Star Wars one. Perhaps it's because I wasn't there. I was stuck at work, but I watched it on his stream and I was like, I didn't really like that one. That's just my opinion though. I'd love to know what you think though, guys. Theory, this isn't mine, I read this somewhere. So Culvert Canyon is the IOPOI in the mountain. There's a new POI in the files called 7 Workshop. So the theory is next season the Daily Bugle will be the 7 Workshop, and the 7 will be making a 7 mecha team leader. That new 7 mecha team leader will fight IO's Caddis, which is currently growing on the map. Again, this isn't mine, it just said here because why not? Well, I appreciate you bringing here. Yes, I did see that actually. I didn't know if I was going to touch on that in a video. I was going to wait to see what's going on with that new POI and see if we hear roars, because we're hearing a little bit like, we don't know exactly what's coming yet, but that's a very, very good theory, to be honest. It seems like what they're doing right now is setting up another mech vs. monster event, because that's one of the most loved live events of all time. And it seems like, especially with Chapter 3, they're bringing the best of Chapter 1, Chapter 2. We're getting hit with a lot of nostalgia. To get a rebooted version of that, and to get, like, could you imagine what they do now? That was just in Fortnite when their events were, like, not nearly as good. Look what they've done since then with their events. I cannot wait to see the types of stuff they come up with for this, especially with the new Unreal Engine. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, honestly, it's a good theory. It seems like it's going to come into prominence, and even if it doesn't, we've seen Epic Games change their mind before, so who knows? Who knows? Oh, and Mark added to that, also on Bunker Jonesy's loading screen, there's another monster drawn somewhere. Saw it from the Camping Rusher. Yes, I did see that from the Camping Rusher as well. I love that guy. He makes good videos. But yeah, I actually didn't know that there was another monster there, so you never know. Maybe he was predicting the future. Bunker Jonesy is still active, man. All right, and we're going to take a little bit of a detour here, guys, so if you want to skip over this, please, again, the pinned comment, timestamps are there. I think you should talk more about how beautiful and surreal David's mother is. Too many men have opened those tasty beef griffins and ran through her glorious gooch. Okay, so there was a little bit of people talking about in the Discord where it's like, you get it. Like, I understand where you're coming from, where you can take offense to that. But of course, like, it's just something like that's my brother writing it. And David Huey in the Discord server is my friend. We're just messing around. That's all. Honestly, there is no, like, nobody's really hurting each other's feelings or bullying. I just didn't want to get the wrong idea there. I understand. We're gonna try and keep the conversations out of the Let's Talk Clen thing. By the way, I do like when you guys are talking about, like, in the Let's Talk Clen, there's replies to there, and then I can go over those replies. But just, like, don't create a whole conversation or talk about something like like that where it just opens up something that doesn't need to be open. You know what I mean? But I just want to make it known that this is, it's like, we're just goofing off, you know what I mean? That's just my brother, our friend, that's it. If I get this right, can you say my name in a vid? Is your favorite skin Oro? You know what? I understand why you would think that, but my favorite skin is actually Oblivion. But here you go. I'll put it on the screen. There you go. Like, of course, why wouldn't I want to say anyone's name, right? But regardless, Oro, here's the thing. I work really dumb like this. I had a main skin in Chapter 1, and that is Oblivion. That's like one of my first purchase skins. I love it, the whole combo there. I thought it was the first skin where I went, wow, that's really cool. So I main that skin throughout the entirety of Chapter 1. When Chapter 2 came, Fortnite felt like a different game, so I was like, hey, you know what? Let's go with a different one here. Let's switch up the main skin and leave Oblivion in the past in Chapter 1. Again, I know that's stupid. I still have a preset for that exact thing, but I have like 10 presets for Oro for the entirety of Chapter 2. I used Oro so much for the entirety of Chapter 2, and I used them for all the events, all the storyline stuff when I was visiting. I'm just weird like that. I don't know if, like, you guys can relate to that at all, but now that Chapter 3's here, if you notice in my videos, I am using Oro less. I'm going to wait to find a new skin to main this chapter. It's weird, I know. But yeah, Oro's up there. Thought it was a great skin, but Oblivion is actually, and I don't know, you would never know that, right? Like, it was a good prediction, but you would never know that. What is the biggest Smash Ultimate Reel that got you to say, okay, anyone is possible now? And you know what? Here's the thing. I don't know if it was a specific character getting revealed that made me say that, because anything is possible. Like, everybody is here, and then they started introducing all the good DLC characters. They just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and like, I got to the point, I don't know if it was a specific character that made me say that. It was just like, okay, they can get anybody they want in Smash Bros. Perhaps it was Steve. I don't know, because you didn't make a moveset for Steve. There are characters in that game where you can never, like, think about having a moveset for a character. Like, think about a moveset for Steve. That is so hard to come up with, but it was so cool. It was so cool. Maybe I'm just thinking about Steve because I like Steve, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, anything is possible in Smash Bros. And Mr. Sakurai is the man. If we would happen to have a DC season, what would be the Battle Pass skins? We already have the most famous ones, and you're right. Okay, and Watts responded to that. Maybe Robin at tier 1, maybe Supergirl at tier 100. There are some more villains that are popular. The skins could be like the Riddler. Yeah, you know what? There are a ton of DC characters, but I do know what you mean. Like, we have, like, characters like Wonder Woman, characters in the Justice League. We have Superman, you know? It's great. Like, the crossovers in Fortnite are incredible, aren't they? They totally could fit it, though. Look what they did with Marvel. We've already had so many Marvel skins. Even even before the Season 4 Battle Pass. Honestly, they could get it done. And guys, that's gonna do for today. Well, it was a long one. I don't know how long I was talking there, but guys, I appreciate you making these videos the best they could be. It makes me happy. I like to talk to you guys here. I really appreciate it. So guys, put it in the Discord server. Let's talk some more next video. I'm gonna record it soon. It's not gonna be a big layoff like this one was. I uploaded a lot of videos in between these ones, but I'm gonna upload this next one fairly soon, like within a week or so. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here and you enjoyed the content, please consider hitting the like button. It would help out the channel a ton. Subscribe if you're brand new. If you'd like to use my code in the item shop, it is hashtag. Why did I mess that up? It is Clen in the item shop. Hashtag anime, hashtag epic partner. Check the description down below for any other links that you want to find other channels. You will also find down there Real Ember on Fiverr. If you're an aspiring YouTuber, you want to make videos, you're going to need thumbnails, and no better man to do it than Real Ember. He does all my thumbnails. It's absolutely fantastic work, guys. Remember, thumbnails are the most important part of your videos. Thank you again for watching. I will see you in the next video, everybody. Take care.